Hey there for Dragonfly and me, friends. It is a beautiful day here in Waterford, Michigan, and I have done my homework and checked the weather for the following 10 days. And we are going to be gone out of town this weekend, Memorial Day weekend. That's generally the weekend that we plant here in Michigan. So I'm trying to get a few things done before we go. I do want to get a little bit ahead of the game, and we're only going to have one night this week that's actually going to be kind of under 50 and a little bit sketchy. So I have gone ahead and I've got my tomatoes planted, I've got my peppers, my eggplants, I planted more potatoes, and I've gotten a few other things planted today too. But Dave has been mowing the lawn and getting me my grass clippings, which I use for mulch. Um, if you missed my YouTube video yesterday on succession planting, you definitely want to check that out. I'm going to talk a little bit about that in this video as well. This bed right here has most of my peppers. So it's got my banana peppers, my jalapeno peppers, and a few of my California Wonder sweet peppers. I am going to, if you saw on social media yesterday, I did a thing. I ordered 3 more raised beds. After Dave and I and the boys got this garden, the raised bed garden all situated, I realized I have a lot of space that's being underutilized that I can grow a lot more stuff. So I did order 2 more 4x8s by 1 foot. These are 2 feet deep. So I have 2 more of those coming. I'm going to shift a few things around. And then I also bought a 3x6x1. Dave thinks I can get 1 more in there, but I ordered those 3. If I can get 1 more in, you better believe I'm going to get it. So I'm going to plant more beans and a few other things in there. But back to my video yesterday on succession planting. If you watched it, I'm going to kind of show you right now. So this half of the bed is peppers. I'm not succession planting peppers because they're a long day, same as eggplant. But on this side of the bed is my flat Roma beans, my Italian Roma beans. They are my favorite green bean. And if you saw if I could only grow one in my top favorite, my 10 top favorite vegetables to grow for the home gardener, you will know that this is my favorite bean. They are great to freeze, they're great to can, and I love to pan fry them. So I have 4 rows of beans that I just planted as well. And raised beds, your soil gets a little warmer than a general plot of dirt if you have that type of garden. But what I wanted to show you here today is what I talk about all the time with mulching your raised beds. I generally mulch my raised beds with grass clippings. And that is because when the grass clippings, they almost make like a mesh, and they hold in the moisture, they hold in the warmth of the soil, and they also act as a very, very incredible weed barrier. So the dirt that we have here, we ordered, and it is actually composted horse manure, which is fabulous, friends, and it's going to grow this stuff like crazy. And then I fertilize with an organic fish emulsion, which I always say you can just water it and then stand there and watch it grow. But mulching your raised beds is really important. And if you've watched any of my videos or read my blogs on the benefits of raised bed gardening and techniques and things to do, I always talk about mulching. And the reason is the 3 that I gave: weed barrier, moisture, it helps keep the moisture in, and it also warms the soil. But it also acts as a protectant for the soil. So we're not letting a bunch of weed seeds get into it. But I use our grass clippings because we don't use any fertilizers or anything on the grass. And I have a couple other sources that I can get grass clippings from, which I went and picked up about 9 bags today. Some for the new raised beds coming in for doing my lasagna layering, and also for mulching these beds. So I wanted to show you the difference. I'm not going to mulch the green bean side yet because the seeds have not sprouted. I'm going to wait actually until those green beans are about probably 4 to 6 inches, and then I'm going to put a nice thick layer of grass clippings to act as a mulch for them. But I want to show you how deep I go. So my pepper plants, these are my Jimmy Nardellos that I grew. I did buy the green pepper, the banana pepper, and the jalapeno pepper simply because I didn't know I was going to have a greenhouse at the time when I started my seeds indoor. Next year is going to be a different thing, different story, friends. So I have my wheelbarrow of grass clippings here, and I'm going to kind of start in the middle of them. And as you can see, that's the plants are about probably 5 to 6 inches tall. And I am putting on this mulch thick because, again, I don't want to weed. One of the primary benefits of raised bed gardening is you can get rid of your tiller and your hoe, which is what I talk about in my blogs and in my uh, YouTube videos. So I wanted to show you because I'm a visual learner and I like to be shown what to do. And so as you can see here, I'm making sure I can still see my tags. I'm going even around my marigolds. And if you guys always also know that I always talk about companion planting. So here again, I have some nasturtium growing as well as some marigolds in the corner. And those are going to act as bug deterrents and also pollinator encouragers. So I am getting these, I'm going to be getting all of these beds mulched, and I'm going to be definitely doing a video later to kind of show you guys the finished product. But I wanted to just go ahead and show you guys how deep of a mulch I put on here and to show you how much it will help. I don't know if you can see, I think you can. In the background right there, you can see the one round raised bed. That's got my thyme and my oregano in it. And you can see that grass now is brown. This is going to turn brown too. And it just acts like a woven mesh and very little. I mean, yeah, every now and then a weed pops through, but for the most part, no ma'am, no sir. Nothing is getting through this. And I am not going to have to weed, maybe with the exception of just going around the edges, because weeds will grow. Dave and I were just talking the other day about how it doesn't matter what the conditions are for weeds, they'll grow. So I'm going to tuck that one in there and put that right over there. So this, you can kind of see how deep I'm going. And again, benefits of mulching with grass clippings. You could do straw too, but straw doesn't get make the mesh that it does. And some people, a couple of people will say, well, Jean, if you use grass clippings and there's weed seeds, dandelions in there, isn't it going to germinate? Well, yes, technically yes, but we don't let our grass get so long that it goes to seed. And generally we are mowing before any dandelions go to their little fuzzy self. So we're not really dealing with that situation. If you do get grass clippings from neighbors or friends, definitely make sure that they're not using chemicals on their lawn or fertilizers, unless you don't care. Like I said, I do everything. I try to do everything organically, but I don't, make anybody feel bad for not. And but if you do care, you want to be careful if you're going to get uh, grass clippings from going around like I did with, if you remember, I went around earlier in the season to find bags of compost, but I was getting leaves and I was getting branches. So those things are not being treated like lawns. Grass clippings are much more tricky. So you don't just want to just go and grab a bunch of bags off the side of the road like I did with leaves and stuff with grass clippings. I'm not shy, and I've actually stopped and asked people if they're out, do you guys fertilize your lawn? And if they do, I just, okay, thanks, and I go on my merry way. A lot of people don't, and you'll be surprised. And so you can kind of tell by the lawns too. Like if you look at my lawn, you can tell I don't fertilize. But anyways, friends, this is just a basic tutorial on how to mulch, why to mulch, and the benefits of mulching. And so I will do a quick blog. I'll send you guys over. But if this is your first time here, welcome to For Dragonflies and Me. I guess I forgot to say that in the beginning. I'm Jean Roman, and this is For Dragonflies and Me. And you will find all kinds of tips and tricks for the home and garden, and lots of great recipes here at my YouTube channel. So I'm going to direct you over to my blog from here so that you can kind of get some pictures and see and get a step-by-step. But anyways, friends, like I always say, be sure to eat fresh, shop local, and have a happy day. And I'll see you in the garden or the kitchen. Bye now.